Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know it's been a long time since I've been on here. I've just been really busy with school and stuff, but I'm back hopefully more regularly. So today this video is going to be a 1 month update on the medication Spironolactone for acne. So a couple of weeks ago, I think when I first started it, I did like a poll on Instagram and I asked if you guys wanted like monthly updates or if you wanted just like an update at the end of like my journey kind of thing. And the majority of the votes were for monthly updates, so we're going to go ahead and talk about what my first month on the medication was like. So first off, I want to give like a brief summary of my kind of skincare journey. So I've had acne since like 9th grade, so that's probably like five years now. I started breaking out in 9th grade, and I think one of the reasons was I started wearing makeup, then like foundation, but I didn't have like a skincare routine or anything, and like I don't think I even used primer. I don't even remember like how I would take my makeup off. Like I'm sure I probably didn't wash my face like well enough, and it probably just like led to like a buildup of bacteria, and like looking back, that was just probably why I had such bad breakouts. But anyway, so I had like really bad acne starting like probably 10th and 11th grade. And so like I tried so many different things. Like I tried Proactive, I've tried Curology, went to the dermatologist, and just kind of tried like a bunch of different skincare brands. But okay, so the first thing I did I think was Proactive, and that helped a little bit, but it was just kind of like expensive like to keep maintaining that. And so then I went to the dermatologist, I think like 11th grade. And then they prescribed me doxycycline, which is an antibiotic, and I took that for about a month, and it did help like a lot, like to kind of minimize those breakouts that I had, because I wish I had pictures, but I used to have pictures, but I remember I deleted them because I just didn't want to like look back on that. But it was like really bad here, and like even when I wore makeup, like you could see obviously because they were like big like pimples. So it was really bad, and so that helped with that. And they also gave me like like 2 topical creams, like one for the morning and one for night, and like a sulfur or something wash. And again, I don't know why I stopped. Like I think it was just kind of adding up like the costs and stuff, or I just kind of figured like, oh, like one and done, like I don't need to maintain like this treatment. But I did need to like keep using those creams and stuff, and I didn't. So my acne came back. There was like a period where I was just kind of using like different, like I had like a little regimen. I don't remember it now, but I remember using like the Drunk Elephant glycolic thing. I don't remember the name. I was using that, and like my skin was really clear in like 2017. Like it was really just acne. I wasn't getting any breakouts or anything, and I don't know what happened, but it came back like a year or so after that. And I might have some pictures. I'm definitely going to put those kind of, either I'll put them here or like at the end. But I had some pictures of when like it was pretty bad, and so I started Curology, and it's basically like they like formulate a prescription for you, and like they send it in the mail. So I was using, it's like a topical cream, by the way, and I was using that, and I don't really know if that helped a lot. Like I don't think I noticed a major difference with that. But yeah, so then now here I am, and so I wanted to go to the dermatologist again because I had been trying, like it just like my skin was just going through a lot since like August. Like I think I was just like really stressed out, so I was getting so many breakouts, like 5 or 6 at a time. And so I was like, let me go to the dermatologist. Like after I was trying The Ordinary, that brand's products, and I was like, let me see if these work, if this makes a difference or anything, and if not, like after a month, like I'm gonna go to the dermatologist. So I made an appointment and I went, and I was thinking about starting Accutane. So I remember the first time I went to the dermatologist back in like, I don't remember, 2015 or whenever I said that I started getting the acne. They talked about Accutane, and it was just like they made it seem so scary because they were like, okay, here's a booklet, you have to read like all this stuff, and like here's possible side effects, and you have to do 2 forms of birth control and like all this stuff. And so at the time I was like, no, like I'm not gonna do that, like I'll just try like the creams and stuff, and those helped me like at that time. But anyway, so I went now, and I was kind of considering to start Accutane because one of my close friends, she was doing Accutane and her skin looks amazing, and like she hasn't had any side effects from it, so I was kind of like leaning towards that. So he gave me two options. He was like, you can start Accutane or you can do this other medication, which is called Spironolactone. And I remember hearing about Spironolactone through Katie here on YouTube, Lester Lex, because I remember she mentioned it, and like I never really knew what it was for. Like I just remember her talking about it, and so I was like, oh, I remember that. And then like after that appointment, I was like, okay, I was kind of like gonna lean towards the Accutane, so I even filled out like all the paperwork and like signed the pledge and stuff. But and he gave me like forms to get like the blood work done for the Spironolactone, and to get like the urine test for the Accutane. So I had both prescriptions ready to go, and I did the Accutane one. Like I was all set to do it, and like I had been watching videos, and like the majority of the side effects were just kind of like the dryness and stuff, but like some of them were more serious, like depression and things like that. So I was kind of getting a little concerned, and like, I mean, I remember when I talked to the dermatologist about it, like he was like, oh, you only like 10% of patients like see like the really bad side effects, like it's really rare. Oh, and then when I asked him about Spironolactone, like how long I would have to take that, and he said it's kind of like a lifetime thing. Like you take it as long as you want to see results. I guess not lifetime, but like you would keep taking it if you want to keep preventing the acne. And so that's another reason why I kind of wanted to do the Accutane, because I was like, I don't really want to be taking like a medication for like years and years from now. But I mean, upon reading like some research and even Katie's story, like a lot of people, they'll stop and the acne just doesn't come back. So I'm really hoping that's the case, because I don't plan on staying it for too long. We'll see. I want to see like how well it improves my skin, and like if I have any more like side effects as like my dose increases and stuff. But yeah, so quick timeline. I got acne 9th grade, and then I didn't really do anything about it until a year after. I was using Proactive, and then I went to the dermatologist. I did the doxycycline and the topical creams. After that, my skin was pretty good. When it came back, I was kind of just using like my own like different like skincare concoctions, and then I did Curology, and then I was trying the Ordinary products, and then I went back to the dermatologist. Alright, so I called them, and I was like, when I decided to switch over to Spironolactone, because I was just kind of getting worried about like the side effects of Accutane, and like I went to like my estheticians to get facials and stuff, and whenever I mentioned like I'm doing Accutane, they're like, no, like why, like your acne isn't even that bad, like they could be really bad side effects, and kind of like everybody was talking me out of it, and I was just like, maybe we should try the Spironolactone first, because it's like the side effects aren't so serious, and like we'll see if that works for me. So the first thing I was prescribed, like even the first visit before I decided Spironolactone, were 2 topical creams. This is the Axone gel, and then this is clindamycin, phosphate, and tretinoin gel. You can't really see it, but you need a prescription for these. So I used this one in the morning, and then the tretinoin at night, and then I got the Spironolactone. I started at 25 milligram tablets, but I was taking 75, like they prescribed 75, but there were the 25 milligram tablets. So I was taking 3 pills a day. So the first day, I didn't really have the best reaction, and they also gave me minocycline. It's another antibiotic. So I was supposed to take that just to kind of clear the acne that I was like having at the moment, because it works faster, they said, than the Spironolactone. Because the Spironolactone takes about like 3 months to kind of start seeing the effects. So anyway, so I had those 2 pills that I was supposed to be taking, and I started exactly a month ago today. It was on a Wednesday, and then I started the minocycline. It was like to take in the morning and at night, and then the Spironolactone I was taking, I think I was taking 1 in the morning and then 2 at night, or I think, no. Oh, I called and asked because I wasn't sure how, how to take it, because I'm supposed to take 75, but I didn't know if I should take them like all at once or like space it out throughout the day. And they said like anyway was fine, but they said probably to just do it all at once, like in the morning. So that's what I did. And the next night, I think the night that I started the Spironolactone, I started in the morning, and then I had already taken the antibiotic the day before. But that night I was starting, like after I took the antibiotic for the evening, I started feeling really dizzy and like lightheaded and nauseous. It was really bad, and it was like 10 at night, and so I was kind of feeling like really weird, and I was like, okay, like maybe it's just because I didn't really take it like with food, which you're supposed to do that like for an antibiotic. Usually it's like it sits better with you if you take it with something, and like I had eaten like a few hours before and I was still full from it, so I just figured like, oh, let me just take it, like it'll be fine, like there's still food in there. No. So I was feeling like nauseous and dizzy and all that stuff, and like I was like, okay, let me just go to bed, and then like hopefully the next day like I'll feel better when I wake up. So that wasn't the case. I woke up and like I was just feeling like so anxious. Like I don't know, lately I've been having so much anxiety, and like whenever I start feeling sick, like I get anxiety about feeling sick or about having anxiety. So I was kind of feeling like I was having like palpitations and like feeling like nauseous and just like super lightheaded. Like that was a thing that wasn't really normal for me, was like if I got up or like moved, like the room would like spin a little bit, like I was like really dizzy. And so I wasn't sure which medication it was, like if it was the spironolactone or the minocycline. But it was really bad. Like I couldn't eat that day. I had class and like I couldn't go because I was just like so dizzy that I knew I couldn't drive like that. And so it was really bad. I don't know if it was like a combination of like the side effect that I was having and then like my own anxiety just like blew it out of proportion. But anyways, so the next day I called the dermatologist and I told them like, oh, I'm having these side effects. Like, is this normal? I don't know, like if I should do it, like if I should keep taking it or whatever, because also like spironolactone, which I should have mentioned at the beginning, normally it's a medication for blood pressure, but they found that at low doses it helps with like acne. It has like an anti-androgen effect, so that's why I've been taking it. So since it is like for blood pressure, I was kind of worried, like I'm feeling lightheaded and dizzy, which are like some symptoms of having low blood pressure, and so I checked it and it was pretty low for me, and so that's what I was kind of worried. I was like, oh, maybe this thing is like lowering my blood pressure, like is this dose okay for me? So that's what I called and asked them, and then they said, okay, like how about we just like start off slow, like start at the 25 and then work up to 50 and then back to the 75 milligrams. So that's what I did. So the first week I did 25 milligrams. I was just taking 1 pill a day, and then I wasn't feeling any side effects. Like I always take it with food and like stay hydrated, and I was feeling fine. And then the next week I was doing the 50 milligrams and then the 75. And then today I actually just started the 100 because at my last appointment they said, let's move you up to 100 milligrams. So I'm doing 100 milligrams, 50 in the morning and 50 at night. So yeah, and then so that's why I feel like maybe the effects probably are going to take a little longer, because I didn't start at like the full dosage like from the beginning, since I started like 25, 50, and 75, and then now I'm at 100. So I feel like now from now on I'll probably start seeing more effects. But so let's talk about like the side effects now. Alright, so like I mentioned, there are times where I'll feel kind of like a headache or like a little lightheaded, but it usually goes away like if I eat something or if I drink some water, because again, spironolactone, it's for high blood pressure normally, but so it also works as like a diuretic, so you definitely have to urinate more frequently. It hasn't really like bothered me that much. I know a lot of people mentioned like, oh, I lost like 15 pounds because like I have to use the bathroom so much, and like, but I haven't really. I mean, it's definitely has making me wake up at night. That's something I don't really mind, but I have found that I usually wake up at least like once at night to use the bathroom. But yeah, it's important to stay hydrated, especially when you're like, you know, like letting go of all those fluids. So I feel like the headache and stuff is kind of like a sign of dehydration, so I'll just drink some water or like eat something, and that usually makes it go away. Okay, so another side effect was some tenderness in this area, which I read was kind of a possible side effect. That lasted maybe like 2-3 days. It wasn't like unbearable or anything, but it was kind of like uncomfortable, something new for me, but it's gone away. I haven't felt it again. So that's a side effect to keep in mind. Also, side effects are totally like unique to people. People feel different side effects, experience different side effects. I'm just here to tell you guys kind of my personal journey with this so far. So if you decide to take it, it's gonna be like it could be a different side effects, a different experience for you. Another kind of cool side effect for me, I would say, is that I have like less oil production in my hair. So that's kind of how spironolactone works. It has like an anti-androgen effect, and those androgens help like produce like the oil and stuff. That's why it kind of decreases the acne. I'm not a doctor, but that's kind of like what I read up on it. And so I think that's also affected my hair, because usually my hair gets really oily like after the first day, so I wash it like every other day. But lately, like, it's been fine for like 2-3 days, I want to say. Like, it hasn't been like oily or anything, so that's great. I feel like I don't have to wash it as frequently. So yeah, I think that's really all that I've experienced this month. So let's go over that really quick. It was kind of like headaches, lightheaded, dizziness, really minimal. That was just kind of like in the beginning, and that was most likely due to the minocycline. So I forgot to mention, they did tell me to stop that, so I stopped taking the antibiotic, and that's why I haven't felt any side effects since then. So we're pretty sure that that's what it was. It wasn't the spironolactone. But I did mention that I do sometimes get lightheaded, probably because of dehydration. And then the breast tenderness and like the less oil production, which is kind of a given, but I think that was just cool because I didn't really think about it affecting my hair, but it did. Another thing that they mention when taking spironolactone is that if there's a chance of it elevating your potassium levels. So that's like why they asked me to do a blood test to check them before I started it, to see like if I'm in a normal range. So I was, and I was cleared to start it. But I think that they'll do like annual potassium blood tests to make sure that it's not too elevated, because hyperkalemia or high potassium could be fatal. So that's definitely something to consider, and also keep in mind with your diet. So I kind of try to avoid like high potassium foods just in case, because I don't want to like risk that. But yeah, now let's talk about the effect that I've seen on my skin. So before I started it, I was having like really bad breakouts. Like, they were just consistently coming out, and like they just like, once one went away, like another one would come back. But I've noticed that right now during this month I haven't really had that many active breakouts. I feel like during the first or second week I did have kind of like the purge stage, and I did have like a couple new breakouts like around like this area, but they went away really quickly, and some of them like before they were taking a while to go away. But I did notice that they were only there for like 2 or 3 days, and then they kind of went away. So another deal with like my skin is that it scars really easily, which sucks because it's like I won't even pop a pimple, like I won't even touch it, like I don't do that, and it'll scar, like it just scars, and I have like so much because of that, and that's what really sucks, because most of it is scarring, and I know that's gonna take a while. So that's what the tretinoin cream is for. It's supposed to help with scarring. So I know that that's gonna take kind of a while to see the results. But I do think that I've noticed less breakouts, like less active breakouts. They're less frequent, there's a less amount of them, and I'm pretty sure that's because of the spironolactone. So that's a plus there. So yeah, mostly it's like scarring. And I've also been taking pictures like almost every day since I started. So I'm definitely going to put those at the end. I'll probably just put them all like at once, and I'll show like the date and stuff. And then this is my skin now. So this is exactly a month on spironolactone. So I do like all of this is like scarring really. Like they're not any active ones, like this is an active one, but it's all really just scarring and redness. Same here. There's like one active one, and then the rest is just scarring. So I do think that it's helping definitely like minimize the amount of breakouts I'm having. So I did want to show you guys kind of like a close-up. I feel so insecure about this, but I definitely want you guys to kind of like see where I'm starting. But here it is. This is all like scarring really, like none of this is active. It's all scarring from those cystic pimples I was telling you guys about. See, like up here though it's pretty clear, there's just scarring, which is like majority of my skin. And then here, this side is a lot better. There's like this one active one, and then the rest is just scarring. But I have noticed that the scarring has started to go down a little bit since I started the creams. Also, if you guys want me to film like a skincare routine, I can definitely do that. I think I have it pretty like set right now. I haven't really tried anything new. Like I started like kind of like a set skincare routine like after that facial. Like I started double cleansing and like all this stuff. So if you guys want a video on that, let me know. So yeah, overall month 1 has been going pretty well. Very minimal side effects. Like I mentioned, it was really only like those 2 or 3 that I mentioned. Nothing unbearable at all. Like I don't mind it. And I'm starting the 100 milligrams like I mentioned today, so we're gonna see how that goes. I'm a little worried because I don't want to have like any of that dizziness and stuff, like, so I just want to make sure. that like I can tolerate it, but I'm definitely gonna make sure that I take it with like meals and stuff, because that seems to help me minimize any of those side effects. But other than that, the progress, I mean, I've definitely seen some progress. I mean, I'll show you guys pictures at the end so you guys can like see for yourselves. But I do think that it's helping. I do think that it's working. But we will go ahead and see. I'll do another update the next month, and we'll see where we are there. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to message me on Instagram or comment down below on this video. If you're considering spironolactone, definitely talk to your doctor or dermatologist. But if you have any questions about like side effects or like how to take it, things like that, I can answer that down below. Also, just want to say that this experience is completely unique to me. So if you decide to take it, like don't expect to have the same side effects as me or different side effects. Like it's going to differ from person to person, but I just wanted to come on here and share my personal experience to you guys so you guys can kind of go on this journey with me. But yeah, like anyone who has had acne knows like the toll that it takes on your like self, and it's just like I was so insecure like about everything. Like I always wore makeup. There was like not a moment where I wouldn't wear makeup in public. Like I could not go out without makeup. Like even around home, like I felt weird, and like you could tell like I was just so insecure. Like even in conversations, like if I was talking to someone, like I made sure my hair was like this, and like, you know, like they couldn't see, and then like I tried to like hide it and like cover it, but like even with makeup, like you could see like there were big bumps and stuff, and it was like really bad, and it was like a really low point in my life, and like I've just like had enough with it, and it's just like brought me down so much. Like I used to like, I don't know, like it's just on and off and stuff, and like there's times where I feel good about it, but it's never been like perfect. And I see so many people that have just like the perfect skin, like not one scar, not one pimple, and I'm just like, how? Like what did you do like to get that? Because like that's just like all I want, you know. Like, I really just want clear skin. I'm like tired of wearing makeup. I know that like makeup is like my whole thing, and like I love doing it, don't get me wrong, but like sometimes I just want to go out and like, you know, like sometimes my mom will like come by and she'll be like, oh, like I'm going to the store really quick, like do you want to come with me? But I'm like, okay, but wait, I have to get ready, like I have to do my makeup, like I can't just go right now. And it's like little things like that, but it's just like definitely like affected like my everyday life. And like the other day I just ran into someone and they were like, oh, like your skin looks really good, like not to be mean, but like compared to how it was in high school. And I'm like, I mean, that's like, you know, like I'm just like, dang, like people really notice them. Like in high school, like I know that I noticed, but like people like, I don't know, I hadn't really like thought about that. Like, I mean, I guess, yeah, like I was always insecure and I didn't want people to see, but like that makes me wonder, like, were people talking about it? Like, was it that bad? And like, I know it was bad, so luckily, I mean, like now, like it's not that bad, and like, I mean, they even noticed that it's like definitely a lot clearer than it was. But yeah, it was just like really tough to kind of go through that. And I know like so many people have it worse and stuff, and like different types of acne, and like, but it's hard. So I'm really glad that I kind of have like started seeing improvement so far, and hopefully like by the next few months, like it's like to a point where I feel like I can just go out without makeup, because that's all I really want. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys who have stayed loyal to my channel and are still here. I will definitely be doing like the monthly updates, and I'm gonna try to do like more videos in between. Let me know what you guys would like to see. If you guys want to see like a skincare routine as well, I can definitely do that. But other than that, I will definitely see you guys in month 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.